Surdas asks King Akbar, "Do you have a daughter?" King Akbar says, "Yes." "Okay. Your daughter has a growth in her leg. For the past 2 months, she is observing that, and it will look like peacock feather. Go home and check and then come back and tell me." This is what Surdas tells the king. King Akbar goes home, meets his daughter, and he asks her whether there is a growth in the form of something like a mole, which is growing in the form of peacock feather. She was surprised. She is shocked also. She tells her father how he came to know, because other than her, nobody knows about this. Then he tells her somebody by name Surdas is there, and he told him this. Then this girl says, "I want to meet him." So king comes to meet Surdas with his daughter, and all the three of them are standing, and there's a very beautiful conversation which was going on between Surdas and that girl. King doesn't understand what's going on between these two people. The girl says, the girl tells Surdas, "Oh, you are back," like that. Then Surdas says, "Yes, I am back." Then immediately Surdas went and touches that girl, and that girl falls dead. The king was not knowing what was happening in front of him, and then he wanted to know what is the background of the conversation and who they are actually. For this, Surdas gives explanation. Surdas is none other than Uddhav when Krishna had taken his avatar, and his girl is none other than Radha. The story goes back to Krishna Avataram, where the conversation was going on between Uddhav and Radha. Radha was always complaining to Uddhav that Krishna was very partial towards his other wives, and Radha was being neglected. In spite of Uddhav's telling Radha that Krishna will never ever do such things, he is neutral with everybody, but Radha was not willing to accept that. She tells Uddhav, "You have eyes, but you are not noticing, you are failing to notice this problem, so you will take birth once again without eyes." Then Uddhav also gives her a curse that, in spite of himself telling about Krishna, Radha was not listening. So he also gives a curse to Radha that she will take birth in a king's house. And the moment he touches her, she will leave the body. At that time, Krishna tells Uddhav and Radha, Radha may leave early from earth, but Uddhav was there, Uddhav will be there, and he'll be singing the glories of Krishna by form of poems. So this was the story narrated by Surdas to Akbar, and Akbar felt very miserable that he didn't listen to his Surdas' advice when he was talking to him. And then he did the last rites for his daughter according to Hindu rites. This showed that in those times how there was religious unity. So slowly Surdas was getting little upset about the crowd which was coming nearby, and then he had to do so many things. He had to solve their problems, and he wanted to move away from the crowd. In the meantime, Vallabhacharya tells Surdas, "Come with me, I'll take to Mathura temple." Then Surdas spends a lot of his time and last part of his years, his life, in the temple of Mathura. And the priests in Mathura were not able to believe when Surdas was able to tell the dresses and the other details of the deities in spite of the fact that he was not able to see. One day, in order to test him, they will do one particular they will try to dress up in one particular way. They will just put the jewels, but there will not be any clothes on the deities. But Surdas will find out that also, and he will tell that the deities were wearing pearl ornament. So the people, the priests, they were very surprised with the abilities of Surdas, that in spite of not having external eyes, how his wisdom was with his inner eye, how he was able to do so many things in his life. And his song captured so many people, and he spread Krishna Bhakti everywhere, wherever he went. And he ended his life at the age of 104 after he sang some song in the praise of his Guru. That is how his glorious life ended. And once again, it was a great pleasure for me to go through some of the devotional aspects of many of these Mahans and some of these Mahans. And thank you once again for your patient hearing.